So Pack finding himself in the loser bracket, lost a life basically, if you want to call it like that. And together with him, it is Spam, of course, that has been losing in the early stage as well, together with DanikB and Kronos. So I think this is already gonna be going live. So the first map that we're gonna have in this morning is gonna be Spectrum. So the first thing, of course, that I'm gonna show to you is gonna be the map preview. Alright, Spectrum by Nevermind. It is the first match and the first map that we're gonna see this morning in the TrackMania World Championship. This is gonna be a great match to start it off with. Of course, all of the players are tired. It is really early in the morning. Nobody's really used to playing video games at this early point of time. So it is, you know, very difficult circumstances for all of the drivers. Considering that they're all playing at an event right now. Of course, I am sitting here at home casting this for you. But all of the players are at Paris Games Week, Paris, France, right now. And the match is gonna start with a point limit of 124 rounds per map. It is Kronos, Pack, DanikB, and Spam. And we're gonna kick it off with Pack making the first mistake of the day, clipping the first available wall. So he's gonna be down already. Let's follow Kronos for Team Spammiej through the first rounds. Right now he's finding himself in third place, doing a very good job at keeping up with the other players. DanikB and Spam now getting a little bit away right there, but it's not really too much of a biggie. But then it is Spam making a mistake on the inside of that platform. Let's see if Pack is going to be coming closer. Yes, he's coming closer, but not quite enough to catch up yet. So Spam and Pack both with mistakes. Two world champions now being in the back of the pack right now. Kronos is in the lead for Spammiej, for France right now. Behind is DanikB, the underdog of this tournament, 17 years old. And he's performing really well here right now. He's on second place, of course not with the fastest pace right now. He's 0.2 behind Kronos, continues to lose a little bit of time, but the second place right now is going to be sufficient to take the first 6 points of the day. Kronos now not having the best angle, but DanikB will not be able to come any closer. In the finish jump, Kronos clocking in the first 110.59, DanikB with a 0.72, and then Spam and Pack trailing behind on positions 3 and 4 after their initial mistakes. So a great start for Kronos and DanikB, going through the first round without any mistakes. As I said, it is very early, so the players haven't really had a lot of time to warm up. I don't know, like, for how long the PCs have been available to all of the players. I don't know since when they're already at the venue. Then again, I don't really know what's happening behind the curtains. But I am pretty sure that the players have had more warm-up time yesterday, where it was roughly 2 hours before the matches started, and they already had access to their computers. So today it's a little of less warm-up, meaning that the players might be a little, you know, less focused, less in the zone for the matches, but that is going to come later. So let's go into this round. We see Kronos already falling behind. He's not even visible on the scoreboard, so he's already very far back. Pack now in the lead with a solid margin over DanikB, who is on second place again. And then Spam trying to make a comeback right here on third place. DanikB almost hitting the wall right there. You saw that he was struggling a little bit to keep up with the line, but now he went too tight on the bubble on the inside, on the little quarter pipe ramp that you have there. So Spam will capitalize on that, goes up to second place. Pack makes it right there with a 110.3 and Spam with a 0.4, so good times to actually start it off with right here. And those are going to be some important points. 13, 13, 10, and 10. We have two ties right now for first and third place. Kronos and Pack both with 13. And then there's DanikB and Spam both with 10, going into round number 3. This time we see no early mistakes. It is Spam having the best start, but has to lift off the acceleration, and he goes straight into the checkpoint. Finds himself mowing the grass here early in the morning. So Spam is going to be falling behind a lot, and that is not really boding well. He might actually not be able to finish even. So not looking good for Spam right now. Kronos also made a mistake at the checkpoint. Of course, a very, very risky part where you can go for the left side of the, of the checkpoint pillar. Or you go straight through it. So, oh, actually a force end round by Softy. I don't know what happened there. But seemingly we have some technical problems already with players standing still at the start. So I'm not sure what's going on right now. But looks like we have a little bit of an issue. So, the first one to start it off with. And yeah, Spam stating that he's lucky. And yeah, it definitely is a very, very lucky opportunity for Spam to recover from that big mistake. DanikB's PC dies, or died according to Spam. So that is already a very slow start into the TrackMania World Championship right here. Of course, we had some technical problems yesterday with the screens not really working. The screens were going into sleep mode, for example, or they just turned off, or they weren't working at the proper refresh rate. So we had a lot of issues yesterday with the computers, and also the circumstances the players have been playing under. For example, the whole area being very cold, with very cold winds blazing through the area. It wasn't really that well made for the players right there. It wasn't really a comfortable environment. So that is something the players have been complaining about. So hopefully today is going to be a little better regarding that, at least. But the computer's apparently still having a little bit of a hiccup. So that is, of course, inevitable when matches are actually being played at stage. So yeah, we gotta wait and see until DanikB's PC is going to be fixed. I assume that he might just switch to another one. So this is plenty of time for the players to, do some warm-ups, keep the tires warm. So yeah, TrackMania World Championship, of course, is gonna have many, many matches coming up. We have 6 matches today that I will cast for you. So a lot of TrackMania content for you, which is gonna be amazing. So the second loser bracket match that is gonna be starting after this one. So every match is gonna be played after each other, in order not to overlap. There's going to be Bren, Cap, Dutchy, and Yo-Yo. And I think we're actually going back live, so DanikB's PC is back and working again. Which means we're going to continue with round number 3. And Spam, of course, lucky that the big mistake, the lawnmower, has been not punished at all. So Spam trying to not make the same mistake again, but as I say that, he makes the same mistake again. So Spam making another welcoming handshake with that checkpoint again. He's gonna make the same mistake again. Drops down to 4th place. It is Pack in the lead, followed by DanikB and Kronos. So a good start for the other 3 drivers. Pack extending his lead. Kronos coming a little closer to DanikB, dropping down into the right-hander. The landing is very crucial. You can land very badly. In the optimal case, you land flat with all 4 wheels at the same time while being rotated to the right, so you get the auto drift to the right side. Sometimes you can land with your 2 wheels first, and that's where the car is losing grip, and then you lose a lot of time with that. So Kronos now trying to attack DanikB at the end. DanikB will get a pretty good angle for the last jump and will pass it. Pack turning his car 90 degrees, sets a good time of 110.33, so he's gonna get the 10-pointer, goes up into the lead with 23 points. Kronos with 17, DanikB with 16, and Spam after that mistake again, now back on last place with 13. Round number 4. So of course, 4 rounds for each map. And then we're gonna switch to the next one. So of course, maybe a good opportunity for Spam to recover from these mistakes. This time it is not Spam, but Pack that is completely out of it, but he at least didn't flip his car onto his back, so he can continue. He's 1.1 seconds behind, so that checkpoint, of course, requiring a lot of precision and a very, very good angle coming out of the previous corner. Otherwise, you're just straight up not going to make it through. So Pack, the unlucky player that didn't squeeze himself that well through the checkpoint, now 1.2 seconds behind. Spam, however, recovering well from that mistake from the previous round. He's on first place. DanikB once again on second place. He's really seeming to rocking those second places. Kronos on third, not keeping up with the pace of Spam and DanikB right now. We're coming towards the end of the track. Not really a lot that can happen right now. DanikB avoiding the little bump on the inside. We've seen that he made that mistake already. Now he's avoiding it. That is a very, very good thing to have. So DanikB and Spam will be in front of Kronos. Spam with a very good time, the fastest time that we've seen today on this map. 110.26. DanikB with a 62. Kronos with a 73. And then Pack with that mistake on last place. So Pack off to a promising start. 26 points for him. Spam now back to second place. 23. 22 for DanikB. And Kronos with 21 as we go on to the next map, which is going to be all the same. All say by Roa. Roa, of course, who unfortunately got knocked out of the tournament already yesterday, losing both of his matches, dropping down to the loser bracket first and then also losing that match. So Roa already out of the tournament, not able to compete for the crown as the 2018 TrackMania 2 Stadium World Champion. But we still have these drivers competing on map number 2 now. It is Pack right now who is going into the lead on map number 2. Of course, a new map, giving new opportunities and new chances to the players. So let's see what is going to happen on this one. Going into round number 1, let's follow Kronos for a little bit. He's off to a pretty good start. DanikB has lost it a little bit. He is a little far behind, but it's not really something that he should be worried about. Of course, all of the drivers have the cars forced on, so they can see their opponents on the track. They can see what they're doing. They can see their mistakes or, you know, their really good corners as well. So a lot of pressure being put on the players as well with that little extra. DanikB now making the first mistake of the map. Clipped the wall. Pack far in the lead, actually. 0.2 ahead of Kronos and Spam, who are fighting it out for that second place right now. Going into the right-hander. In that downhill, it is very important to keep the grip as you go down the hill. Spam doing that section a little better. You have a lot of surface changes, always alternating between grass and the blue part. On the blue part, of course, where you have full grip like on tarmac. Spam doing this entire section a bit better and goes a little away from Kronos right now. Pack will be in the lead, gets a really good time to begin it with, 113.97. Spam with a 114.20, Kronos with a 30, and DanikB after that initial mistake with a 0.115. So, Pack extending his lead. 36 points for him. Spam, 29, and third place is being tied with 25 points for DanikB and Kronos. And we go with Spam, who makes a little mistake right there very early on in this round. Touches the wall on the inside. Was trying to push it a bit too hard, so Spam will lose more than half a second with that little wall touch. Kronos also not with the greatest of starts. is losing it a bit towards the leaders that are Pack and DanikB. They are extending their lead over Kronos and Spam. So Pack right now on first place goes for a very tight line. DanikB this time avoiding the mistake. This is the part where he made the mistake in round number 1. This time he avoids it, which is really good. And he keeps up with Pack. Jumping into this one right here. Pack with a lot of speed. Carries a lot of speed down the hill. Keeps himself on the road. Pack will extend his lead over DanikB. Let's have a look at Kronos, who's actually coming dangerously close to Spam. So this could be a change maybe towards the end of the track. Let's see. No, Kronos not really able to catch back here to Spam. So the positions are set in stone as we jump towards the finish line. And look at that time by Pack. 113.795. This is what we're used to see from Gamers Origin. Pack gets the next 10-pointer and gets away even further from his opponents. So Pack is slowly waking up now, showing what he's capable of, showing that he does not deserve being in the loser bracket. Of course, he has been in, let's say, one of the craziest TrackMania matches I have ever witnessed yesterday. In the winner bracket semifinal, where Pack and Carl Jr. and Kappa and Dutchy were driving it against each other. That was an absolute banger of a match. And that is where Pack has not been able to shine through against Carl Jr. and Kappa. So Pack, as a result, dropping down to the loser bracket, finding himself facing these opponents right now. And Kronos in this round, let's actually go into the round. He's losing it a little bit. So Spam, DanikB and Pack super close to each other. Pack now going for the inside line, almost at the checkpoint. DanikB with more speed. Let's follow Spam, who goes for a little bit of a tight line, loses some grip at the top of the hill. Pack now going up to first place. DanikB going for the inside line, risking it over the Randstein. This is incredibly close, the closest round in this morning so far. Spam with the most speed gets it right there and goes up to first place. Pack will all drop down all the way to third place, and those are some great times. 84, 88 and 94 by Spam, DanikB and Pack. What a great round to wake up to, guys. Oh, and Kronos, I think, is having some issues now. I think he was asking if he could maybe change his computer. So Kronos having some issues here, while everyone else is making some mistakes as well. So this is going to be an end round, and let's see what's going to happen. So more technical difficulties. We don't know what's happening with Kronos right now. He's driving off the start block, but he's just crashing. So I don't know what's happening to Kronos right now. But yeah, in the meantime, we can maybe have a look at the player profiles. So we can have a look at what the players have been achieving while we're waiting for the technical problems to be solved. So the first player that we have a look on is going to be DanikB. He's 17 years old, playing with a gamepad and Cam 1. So he's the underdog, the youngest participant in this tournament, and he's really doing good right now. Keeping up with players like Kronos, who is 26 years old. Playing with a gamepad and camera 2, of course, known for his good performances in Gamers Assembly events. Next one, Pack. World Champion, winner of the Mania Planet World Cup 2016, Gamers Assembly and TrackMania Pro League. Very good performances by him as well. And then there's Spam, 2012 World Champion, the well-known TrackMania streamer, 24 years old from the Netherlands, playing with the gamepad and cam 2 as well, with a load of LAN experience in his backpack as well. So you can see that all of the players know what they're doing. As I said, DanikB going into this one as the underdog, and he has been proving that he can perform under these circumstances, can perform under, you know, the pressure on LAN events, despite being one of the least experienced drivers in this entire field out of the 16 players that have qualified for the playoff phase of the TrackMania World Championship. And we see actually Pack and Spam doing shenanigans. No, but the round is actually being ended right there. Kronos, however, not back yet. So the players will continue to warm themselves up. Spam already 4 attendances in TrackMania World Championship Grand Finals. So Spam, of course, being a player that is world champion material, he has proven it in the last years that he can perform under pressure situations and that he can handle players in the names of Pack, Carl Jr., Massa, Kronos, Yo-Yo, and so on and so on. And then of course Pack, who also attended 3 World Championship Grand Finals already. So Pack, who has been having a little less experience in terms of TrackMania to Stadium compared to some other players. Pack, of course, coming from TrackMania to Canyon originally, who was arguably the fastest Canyon driver back in the days. Has been switching to Stadium after, you know, retiring from Canyon. After Canyon kind of died out in the competitive scene, Pack has been seeking his chance in the Stadium competitive scene, and you see it works. He just did a backflip. What a madman. So Pack, having a lot of experience in Canyon, has also been playing Valley in its early days, when Valley has been playing a little bit, has been played a little bit as well. So Pack knows how to handle different TrackMania environments, and this is, you know, a really good skill to have as well, knowing that he can learn different physics and understand racing lines, understand how cars work in this game. So this is a really good ability for Pack. And the next stunt, look at him. This is Tony Hawk in TrackMania. So I think Kronos is ready again, and we're gonna continue the match. Round number 4, the last one on Odyssey, with the current score being 50 for Pack, 43 for Spam, 37 for DanikB, and Kronos sitting there with 31 after making a couple of mistakes, finding himself in last place. But he can very well recover from that. Let's go into the next round. Pack off to a great start. DanikB on second place, goes for the inside line, loses a lot of grip on the downhill. Of course, that is something you want to avoid. This is a lot about maintaining as much grip as possible, especially through those banked, twisted corners, where the car naturally doesn't have the full grip, so you want to make sure that you keep as much as you can. So Pack still keeping up in the lead right there. DanikB on second, Spam on third, and Kronos not really able to keep up with the pace right now. He is finding himself on last again. And unless somebody in the front makes a mistake, Kronos will definitely not catch up from that. This is too big of a gap to catch up, considering we only have basically 2 drifts coming up. So it is Pack still in the lead. Everybody doing a good job here, making no mistakes. So the last drop down into the right-hander. Everybody doing it nicely. Everybody carrying a lot of speed. Oh my days. DanikB almost saying hello to that cactus on the left-hand side. But it is Pack clocking in another 113.8. DanikB and Spam only 500s behind. And then there's Kronos at last. So the scores, or rather the positions on the scoreboards, will stay untouched. Next map is gonna be even odds. Let's have a look at the map preview made by Pikes. There you have it. That was the map preview for this map. It is map number 3, and we're gonna go into this one with the current standing being as follows. Pack with 60 points, already 13 points out of Spam. So Pack getting a little bit of an upper hand right there. He has reached halfway through. The point limit is 120 with finalist mode. So the finalist mode, for those that are not familiar with competitive TrackMania, meaning that you need to reach that point limit of 120 and then win another round to secure that position. So reaching that point limit alone is not going to be sufficient to win or, you know, get second place. So yeah, Pack has made a mistake. I mean Spam, excuse me. It is early in the morning. Spam with that mistake early on in this match. Right now, finding himself on last place. Lost 1 second already. Kronos in the lead, but Pack is coming strong with a lot of speed through this S-turn. That is a section where we have seen a lot of mistakes, where players can really risk it for the biscuit to carry as much speed as possible. And this is something that the players, you know, once the line initially doesn't work out, it is really difficult to still kind of survive that section. Oh, Kronos with the no slide and is jumping straight into that Ubisoft sign. So shoutouts to Ubisoft, but Spam now capitalizing from that mistake by Kronos, goes up to a third place. Pack in the lead, followed by DanikB. These positions are going to be set in stone. Pack actually going for the safe finish. Let's see if DanikB is actually going to be going for the overtake. DanikB will not overtake Pack. Only 1500, so very close round considering that Pack has been going for the safe finish. So it's not really a lot slower than the risky finish. DanikB getting important 6 points right there. 49 points for him now. Spam with 51, and Kronos continues to lose more. He's at 37. Not really the greatest of starts for Kronos, who is of course a very experienced TrackMania player already, with many attendances, especially at Gamers Assembly and at other French LAN events. So yeah, maybe he's gonna find himself back. Time will tell. Let's see. Going into round number 2. Let's follow DanikB for a little bit. Very good start for everyone except for Kronos once again. Not really having the greatest of starts. Already 0.2 behind. So yeah, Kronos definitely maybe suffering under the circumstances a little bit. The fact that he had to change PC, or that he just, you know, it's early as well. There's many factors that could possibly explain Kronos being a little behind right now. But yeah, time will tell whether he's gonna find himself back. But let's actually have a look for the fight for first place. It is Pack versus Spam, former teammates for Team Expert back in the days. Pack now in the lead and will most likely take it unless he messes up the last jump. That was incredibly close by Pack. That could have gone worse. But clocks in a very good time together with Spam. Only 600s behind Pack and Spam. Between Pack and Spam. So they're gonna get some good points there as well and continue to extend their lead over their opponents. Round number 3 ongoing. Oh, what? We have problems once again. I think it is Kronos that is having some mistakes again. Not sure what is happening right now, but it was definitely someone not having a smooth start into that round. Oh boys, the PCs are not really awake apparently, just like the players. So let's have a look at Spam, who is exploring the stadium, or maybe not. Ah, great unturntle by Spam. So let's explore the amazing surroundings of the stadium while we're waiting for the technical problems to be sorted out. This is actually getting a little annoying now. Of course, the players want to stay focused. They want to keep driving and not get interrupted by breaks like this. Breaks like this can be, you know, a make it or break it for the players. Some players are gonna cope better with breaks like this, while others are just gonna crumble completely. So the one type of player is just gonna be like, yeah, I want to keep driving, no matter what. And then there's others that might be welcoming a break like this. But yeah, definitely not a smooth start into the second day of the TrackMania World Championship. Hopefully these issues are gonna be resolved. Of course, I'm sitting here not knowing what's up at all. So we can just wait and see. And watch Spam trying to get to 1,000. Oh, he had that 999. Oh, hey, there you go. The 1,000 by Spam. He is the speed world champion of today. That is for sure. 1000. Spam breaking the barrier of sound. (2012) world champion Spam showing what he got. Amazing, amazing stuff. Do we have someone else driving right now? No. Kronos standing still. Oh, Pack is also joining the adventure around the stadium. So maybe this is where it's going to be fought out for the World Championship. Let's see, let's see. Pack going for a little bit of a different approach. Oh, this is a bad situation to be in. Pack is finding himself under the road. This is wrong. Oh, he's stuck. No! Pack giving up. He is jumping out of it. He is fed up with this. Pack is jumping out of the map. He can't be arsed. He is gonna be like, bye, see ya later, cruel world. I'm gonna take a break. So yeah, Pack definitely showing that he doesn't like this. Where is Spam? Oh no, Spam also falling off. What is this? Ay, 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 ay. This is actually terrifying. 2 players jumping off the cliff. This is how bad the situation is right now. Ladies and gentlemen, TrackMania World Championship. So, who is gonna reach hell first? That is the question. I think Spam is a little further down. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. Oh no, Spam already left the skybox. Spam is now in the void. And this is the end of the tunnel right there. We can see the lights at the end. Spam. His future is shining bright, as you can see. Spam is shining through. Together with Pack. Wow. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Literally time to shine. Oh boys. At least this is a good, it is a good way to wake up. So, what is happening right now? Spam seems to be ready. Ready than ever before. DanikB also keeping the tires warm right here. And yeah, we don't know what is happening to Kronos right now. Softy saying, the solution is actually stupid. Are the players gonna take turns or what? PCs were going off because Kronos wasn't active on the PC through keyboard and mouse. But why is it only him that is having the problems when Spam and Pack are driving with keyboard gamepads as well? Hence not using keyboard mouse either. I don't understand. Why are the PCs not set up the same way? Questions over questions that we cannot answer. I mean, Kronos can just go ahead and move the mouse between every round to make sure that the PC is not going to go into sleep mode. That is probably the easiest solution without having to switch PCs again or fiddle around with the settings and cause even bigger of a delay. We need to continue. The show must go on. While we see Spam showing off what he got with a little bit of overwalling. Keeping 2 of his wheels on the side of the barrier. Will DanikB join him? That's the question. Nah! Spam falling off. That is gonna hurt. I think Kronos has just joined. Yes, Kronos is back on track. But he's not ready yet. He's saying wait. The waiting time continues. Kronos now having no sound. It is not ending, ladies and gentlemen. It is not ending. The technical difficulties. This is the curse that we always have on TrackMania events. Every time there are issues with either the PCs or the network or anything else that is keeping the players from you know, competing. So in the meantime, how's chat doing? Chat, are you awake yet? Resident sleeper or hype? If you're still asleep, type resident sleeper. If you're hyped up, use a hype emote of your choice. Alright, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. A lot of residents. A lot of hypes. Alright. Very, very, very good. Very good. So nice to have you all. Kronos leaving the server again. So the waiting time will continue. At least we can see some proper driving now. The players can't be arsed throwing themselves out of the stadium once more, so they will actually drive the map again. So let's just enjoy some good driving right here in some warm-up rounds. Speaking about good driving, Pack is jumping off the track. DanikB and Spam, however, will continue. Spam with more speed. Let's just pretend this is a live round. Spam with more speed. Oh, but Spam forgets to steer and he goes to the right of the wall. Pack is opting for the 1000, maybe. Ooh, ay, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna be probably a visit at Carglass after that big crash. So he's just chilling in the garage right here in the spectator box. And Kronos is back on the server. Are the issues resolved? Let's see, let's see. So Kronos is sitting there with 40 points and he's ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we can actually continue this match. Here we go. Pack at 80 points. He has double the amount of points of Kronos, who is sitting there at last position. Really suffering from those mistakes, so hopefully he's going to be able to recover. But we are back into the match. Pack on first place with 80 points, Spam with 57, and DanikB with 53. So Pack is getting away from those other players, while the second place is still being fought for by Spam and DanikB. Kronos, of course, can still come back, but it is going to be a difficult task after the massive technical problems. So we're back. Round number 3 on this track. Kronos with the weakest start right now. All of the other players are doing pretty good. Kronos now touching the wall, and this is not boding well for him at all. DanikB, Pack, and Spam have kept themselves warm, so they continue to do well. DanikB right now in first place. Dropping into the left-hander. Pack with the inside line goes up to first place. Let's have a look at Spam, who lost it a little bit in that section. Oh, but Pack stumbling a little bit over that inside of the water barrier, so he's gonna lose a little bit of time, dropping from first to third place as a result. DanikB on first, Spam in a hot pursuit. Spam trying to carry a bit more speed through the hairpin, but they're both ending up with equal speed. So the last jump will decide it, but I think DanikB is not gonna lose this one, jumping onto the ramp, and DanikB will take it. 300s between DanikB and Spam. This is a great way to take it off, but where did Pack go? Oh, he barely actually managed to hit the finish line. And Kronos with a DNF, not looking good for him at all right now. Another DNF for Kronos. It's gonna be a hard one to come back. This is, of course, the psychological disadvantage that he's in right now. He was last, then the technical problems kicked in, and now he's even more last, if you want to say it like that. He even lost points now. So Kronos finding himself in a very, very uncomfortable situation. Right now, not the greatest starts for him either. The Team Sampi player is losing it right there. Pack with a lot of speed through the section and goes up from third to first within a blink of an eye right now. Trying to go for the overtake on DanikB right now. And I think Kronos made another mistake. And I think we really lost him right now. Kronos with another mistake. 5.7 seconds behind. I think Kronos... I think this is not really going to be good for him. Pack, on the other hand, this time doing very well in this round, avoiding that water barrier, that little blue border. But he's losing it, and he gets overtaken by both DanikB and Spam, but Spam losing it a little bit at the uphill. DanikB going very wide, Pack going for the title line at the hairpin. This will all be decided in the last turns. Who's going to get the most speed out of it? I think it will be Pack. DanikB trying to jump a little bit lower, but Pack will hit the finish line very far right. Hits it very early, so 62, 65, and 72. The top three being within a tenth of a second. This was a great round. 94 points for Pack now. 69 for DanikB and Spam at 67. So second and third is really, really close as we go on to the next map, which is going to be Hervanta. That was a map preview made by Pikes, who was responsible for all of the media creation for the TrackMania World Championship and of course for the TrackMania Pro League before the name change. So really good stuff right there, a little bit of candy for your eyes as we dive into the next map. This is of course a map that we should all know by heart now. It is the map by Vormi that is being played from the very beginning, the OG map. Right here, Pack with 94 points, DanikB with 69, Spam only 2 points behind, and Kronos still with 40 points. Let's see if this map is maybe going to be better for Kronos, but then again, this is the psychological twist, the really bad pressure situation that Kronos is in right now. So 27 points is the gap between third and fourth. This is a big, big gap, especially considering that the point limit is 120. So with every round, we're coming closer to the point limit. And Kronos really needs a miracle and a half to make it happen. But right now it is actually looking very good. Kronos is on first place. So maybe the previous map just wasn't good for him at all. So maybe he's gonna fight back in this map. Spam, on the other hand, is not really finding himself that well into this map. Made a mistake already and is almost a second behind at this point. Kronos versus Pack is the battle we have to look out for right now. Kronos still in the lead as we go through this hairpin where he wants to maintain as much speed as possible. Kronos still holding strong right there. 600s ahead of Pack. The last turn will decide it. Perhaps Pack is going to go for the inside line. Pack is risking it indeed, but doesn't really carry a lot of speed. So Kronos will go back to first place, jumping to the finish line. And that was a very, very good motivation boost for Kronos. Clocking in a 111.76. Pack 500s behind. DanikB on third and Spam getting last. Pack now going or breaking that 100-point barrier. DanikB at 73, Spam at 70, and Kronos now up to 50. Ooh, two almost wall touches by DanikB and Spam. I think they both lifted off the acceleration to make sure that they don't hit the wall. And that is of course a wise decision, because you lose less time if you just lift off the acceleration than if you just straight up hit the wall, like Kronos does. So thank you for demonstrating that, Kronos. He is losing it right there. Once again, losing more than a second. That was a bad place to crash. So Kronos once again in last place, and Pack has accumulated a very, very big lead already. He is 0.35 ahead of Spam, and Pack is definitely in a good time right now. Spam on second place, and he needs that second place to come closer to DanikB. 3 points is the gap between Spam and DanikB in total standings. Oh my days, Spam with a very risky line over the underground border. That could have gone worse. We've seen players that have been risking it over that border and got a massive slowdown. So Spam getting a little lucky right there. DanikB and Spam both going for the outside. Spam carrying a lot more speed through the exit of that one. DanikB actually going for the safe finish. That was probably a wise decision, but Kronos will snipe him right there. Kronos went for the jump. Pack with another 10 points is coming closer to being finalist. Point limit 120. So if Pack wins the next round, he is going to be finalist already. And then it is all tied up between DanikB and Spam. This is incredibly close, so both of them can take it. Both of them have shown that they deserve remaining in this tournament. The bottom two will, of course, drop out of the TrackMania World Championship. This is the loser bracket, so the bottom two are going to be out, while the top two are gonna move forward in the loser bracket. Right now, it is looking good for Pack and Spam. DanikB right now in last place. Kronos also in the mix, not making a mistake this time. Doesn't really get the best exit right there. DanikB coming closer and also not angling up the car all too well for this section. So Kronos dropping down all the way back to last place. DanikB, however, not really nailing that drift. Has to lift off the acceleration quite a little bit in order to avoid the wall. So he's gonna drop down again, going for the left-hander. All of the players really, really close to the walls right there. Kronos versus Spam. The fight for second place. Oh, and Pack now. This is exactly what I meant. Risking it over that underground can just give you so much unreliable car movement that you just can't really control it. So Pack dropping down to last place. He's not going to reach finalist mode, but let's see. At the end, it is going to be Kronos that's going to be having the upper hand with only 0.04 of a second of a lead over Spam. So Kronos with 10 points will come a little closer to Spam and DanikB, but this is still a relatively big point gap. Round number 4. The last one on Hervanta, and then we're gonna have the next map coming up. So Pack with the next chance to reach finalist mode. He needs to get first or second in order to make that happen. Kronos with a massive inside line loses a lot of speed. That was way too tight. So he's gonna lose more than 0.3 of a second just with that turn alone. This is how quick it can go in TrackMania. One turn being misjudged, and there goes the lead. And there goes your time as well. And actually, never mind. He needs to take first. Second place is not enough. Good morning, Riolu. But yeah, anyway, Pack is on the way to actually get that first place. Spam on second place. DanikB on third. So once again, Spam and DanikB fighting for that second place. Let's come closer to the end of the track. It is Spam that is still having the upper hand as we enter the hairpin. Gets a little bit of a skid mark right there at the exit of the uphill. That is something you don't really want. DanikB carrying a lot of speed through the section, going for the overtake on Spam. Spam might have a little bit more speed. DanikB not sure if he's going to make the finish jump. He gets a good angle, but he's not going to reach it, and he actually gets sniped by Kronos again. DanikB clipped the edge of that finish block with his back tire. Lucky that he was able to finish, but he loses some points, and this is great for Spam, who goes up to second place again. 88 points for Spam. And Pack is finalist now as we go on to Liberstead. Will Pack make it happen? Let's find out after the map preview. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this could be the map where Pack is gonna secure himself a spot in the loser bracket. He is finalist and he has a lot of chances considering how far away his opponents are. Spam right now clocking in at 88 points on the scoreboard, while DanikB is sitting there with 83 and Kronos with 68. So Pack will have multiple chances to close out that finalist status, and I think he's gonna have a great chance considering the difficulty of this map as well. Players are gonna make mistakes on Stead made by Manox, which is the newest map in the TrackMania World Championship map rotation. It is a highly precise map. A lot of obstacles to be avoided, very narrow section. So let's see if Pack is gonna make it in his first finalist attempt. All eyes on Gamers Origin Pack from the United Kingdom. Right now, everybody is off to a good start. Oh, Kronos going a lot onto two wheels, but keeps himself on the road as far as I could see. Loses a little bit of time, but he saved it pretty nicely right there. That was a risky approach by Kronos. Didn't really get hurt too much, though. DanikB losing a little bit of time there. Holding strong on that third place. Pack is in the lead, so it's actually looking very good for him to close it out in that first finalist attempt. Spam is the closest right now. DanikB and Kronos not keeping up with the pace right now. Spam is trying his best to make it happen, but of course Spam's goal is not to deny Pack, but it is to deny DanikB, who is finding himself right now on third place, right behind Spam. DanikB, of course, wants to survive in this tournament. He's the underdog, and he has the chance to kick out a potential... or not a potential, he is a world champion, but potentially a 2-times world championship and champion, and that is being Spam. But Pack is gonna secure that first place. No, he's not. What is happening? What have I just witnessed? Pack has missed the finish, and Spam also didn't hit the finish line. DanikB will capitalize from that and gets the 10-pointer. Oh my days. Good morning. What a massive mistake by Pack. That was absolutely unnecessary. He had a massive lead and he just decided to jump too far left and didn't hit the finish at all. So Pack had the chance of his life to take it home in his first finalist attempt. Let's see if he's going to make it happen in the second one. That is definitely something that he's not going to be very proud of. But as I said, he has plenty of chances. So let's see. And also Spam with that mistake. He could have denied the 10-pointer to DanikB, but Spam almost pulled the Pack as well. You can see it in the chat. The triple XD right there in the chat. So, yeah. Spam also making a little bit of a mistake right there. But it happens. In a pressure situation like this, even the easiest finish jump can all of a sudden be very hard. So right now, DanikB on last place. Pack has a massive gap once again. So Pack on another level compared to the other drivers. Kronos and Spam now battling it out for second place. Spam with a bit more speed as we go through this left-hander. Pack, will he hit the finish this time? Let's find out. We have the last jump and Pack will make it this time. Pack secures himself a spot in the loser bracket. And we continue the match with Spam being at 100 points, DanikB at 96 and Kronos at 76. So this is not decided yet. Good opportunity for Spam now. He seems to be a little, you know, faster than DanikB. However, this turn didn't really go all too well for him. Kronos now making a mistake, and it will be between DanikB and Spam once again. Not the best line from Spam there. He will lose a little time towards DanikB. Slightly different approach from DanikB, goes a bit wider, but accumulates roughly the same amount of speed than Spam, so they are roughly a 10th of a second apart, but Spam not really getting the best auto slide into the right-hander. That's a very tight one. Want to get the perfect rotation into the right-hander. Kronos will actually strike back again, overtake Spam, and this could be very good for DanikB, who is on first place right now. Kronos denying Spam 1 point. 1 point doesn't sound much, but in a situation like this, it is a very important one. But DanikB now jumping too tight, and that was the pressure that probably kicked in. DanikB knowing that he was in the lead, and not sure why he went too tight there, but Kronos is actually going for the overtake on Spam at the end. Spam is in the grass. What is Spam doing? He's actually gonna get the DNF, and Kronos didn't make it either. DanikB will be the only one that actually finishes, and he goes up to 106 points. Spam and Kronos both choking at the end completely. I am not sure what happened to Kronos, but he wasn't able to reach the finish line at all. Very, very unfortunate, and a missed chance for Spam to get closer to that finals mode. Round number 4 on Liberstead. Kronos off to a great start. DanikB losing it a little, is on last. Kronos, of course, wants more rounds like this, where he's far ahead of everyone right now. He's 0.2 ahead of DanikB and Spam, who are really not able to keep up with the pace of Kronos at this point. DanikB on second, Spam trailing. Ooh, DanikB getting the gear down in that right-hander. That was a very, very bad place to lose speed. So as you can see, that makes a very significant difference. Of course, very important to keep the gears in turns like this. DanikB making the same mistake again. And that is definitely going to be the first place for Kronos, unless something happens at the end. Let's actually have a look. We've seen a lot of mistakes at the end of this map. It looks very simple compared to the ends of some other maps, but this time everybody survives it. Kronos with a 112.6 and Spam with a 112.8, so these are going to be some good points for Spam. Comes closer to DanikB, who's now at 110, Spam at 106, and Kronos at 86. Full focus is going to be maybe the last map of this match. Let's find out. Full focus by Thompson. This could be the last map that we're gonna see. We're gonna enter this one with DanikB at 110. Spam only 4 points behind. This is gonna be incredibly clutch right there. Coming towards the end of this match. Kronos at 86 needs a miracle and a half to come back from this. So I'm not sure if Kronos already maybe gave up a little bit, because that point gap is almost impossible to catch up from at this point. Let's go. Round number 1. DanikB. If he wins this one, he's going to be finalist already. So this is, you know, Spam that really wants to deny that from happening. Let's have a look. Kronos with a little bit of a different line at the start. Already in the back. Not really having that precision that is required for the first set of Kronos. Makes a wheelie at the checkpoint. That could have gone worse. He's still on the track, but lost some more time. 0.5 behind. Spam not getting the best speed through this section. DanikB will capitalize on that and extends his lead further and further with every turn. DanikB looking very good in this round, and as I said, if he takes this one, he's going to be finalist and might potentially kick out World Champion 2012 Spam. Let's have a look. We're coming towards the second half of the track. Spam is still waiting in the shadow and hoping for a mistake from DanikB. Turn was very wide. DanikB goes a bit tighter. Pretty much the same speed outcome right there. DanikB still holding strong right there, dropping into the right-hander. DanikB still holding strong right there. This is looking very good for the underdog, 17 years old, and he is denying Spam right now. DanikB on his way to reach finalist mode, and he's going to jump towards the finish line, and he's going to do it. DanikB will be finalist, and Spam is going to be there with 112 points, so he is in need of the 10-pointer now. DanikB finalist. This could be a big, big moment for DanikB. As I said, the underdog. I can't repeat it often enough. It is amazing to see how well DanikB has been performing in this tournament, the TrackMania World Championship. DanikB, a very inexperienced player, 17 years old, and he is outperforming everyone right now. DanikB versus Spam is the battle we have to look out for. Kronos shouldn't be counted out yet. He could deny both of them. He could deny Spam a 10-pointer, deny him the finalist status, and deny DanikB to, you know, close it out. So let's see. DanikB has made a mistake. Full stop into the checkpoint. DanikB is out of this one. Spam is on first, and if Kronos doesn't make it happen right here, it will be the double finalist in the upcoming round. Spam, 0.12 ahead of Kronos right now. We are coming towards the last set of corners. Kronos is still holding strong right there, trying to make something happen. Kronos has absolutely nothing to lose at this point. He can just risk it for the biscuit. Oh, that was very close to the wall. Tries to accumulate as much speed as possible. Jumps a lot, gets a lot of airtime. And Spam will not let that taken away from him. Spam clocking in a 108.21. And we have double finalists in the upcoming round, guys. Spam versus DanikB. Kronos is the only one that could stop them right now. The last slot in the loser bracket, Spam or DanikB. Only one of them is gonna move on in this tournament. The pressure is insanely high right now. DanikB is on last place right now. Went very wide. Will pass Spam, but Kronos is in the lead right now. Will Kronos deny both finalists right now? DanikB with a slightly different line avoids the hole, so that's pretty good. Spam with a little more speed over the blue part will come closer to DanikB. DanikB now with a different approach once more. So we see very different lines here from the players, but we see Kronos actually escaping both Spam and DanikB. Will he deny the finalists in this round? He is 0.2 ahead. This is a great lead to work with. Kronos can almost take it safe already. Spam and DanikB are pushing it to the limits right there, hoping maybe for a mistake from Kronos to happen as we're coming closer to the end of the track. But Kronos is not letting go that speed at all. 24 of 100 at the checkpoint between Kronos and the second place, which is DanikB right now. Kronos is actually gonna deny both finalists right here. Who would have seen that coming? Sampy Kronos gets it, and DanikB actually beating Spam by what? That's not even 200th of a second right there. Kronos at 106 points. Comeback? Question mark. He is denying both DanikB and Spam, and this is a very uncomfortable situation for both of the finalists right now. They need to have it battling it out again in this round. Next chance for Spam and DanikB. DanikB right now opting for that wide line again, and it is Spam with a really good head start right now. DanikB going very wide once again, almost falling into that hole, but he's still keeping himself on the track. Very good stuff by DanikB, recovering from that slightly wider line. This is incredibly close. Too close to be called right now. Spam with the inside line will have the upper hand. DanikB going a bit wider for more speed. Kronos also in second place right now. Will Kronos deny Spam once again? He's trying to make something happen. Kronos with that inside line, both neck and neck right now, going over the blue part. Spam still on first. Kronos on second, going through the right-hander, both getting the same amount of speed out of this one. DanikB is still lurking in the shadows, waiting for a mistake to happen. Spam now struggling a little bit. DanikB is coming closer. Spam will not have the best exit speed out of this one, and it is Kronos once again in first place. Kronos might deny them once again. DanikB going incredibly close to the wall, and DanikB might actually take it. Kronos with more speed though. Kronos will deny it once again. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Kronos denying Spam and DanikB for the second time in a row. 116 for Kronos. I can't believe this. Kronos back from the dead. This is the Kronos we know from Gamers Assembly, from previous lands. Kronos at 116 points, and we're back on Spectrum with no warm-up. The heartbeat should be at roughly 350 beats per minute right now for all of the players. Warm-up will be skipped. Here we go, Spectrum. DanikB and Spam both with their third finalist attempt now. Kronos having the weakest of starts right now, finding himself in last place, opting for more speed, and he hits the checkpoint. He's gonna be out of it. He can't deny Spam and DanikB, so it will be between them. This is gonna be the last round of this match. DanikB right now in first place. This is gonna be the last one. DanikB versus Spam. Who's gonna have the upper hand? This is gonna be the pressure situation that they both have been in for the past couple of rounds. DanikB still holding strong, a 10th ahead of Spam. Will he kick out 2012 world champion Spam from the Netherlands, holding up the flag for the Fuse Kids? Right now, Spam is 1400s behind. DanikB on his way to make it happen. Spam with that inside line will come a little closer. DanikB not with the best landing. Lands a lot rotated. And Spam is gonna come closer and insanely close to that wall. 400th of a second. It will all come down to the ending. DanikB with less speed. Spam will take over that first place. DanikB dropping down to second place. It will all come down to the last place now. The last turn. Spam risking it over the Randstein. DanikB with more speed and Spam is losing it right there. DanikB jumping too far right and Spam will take it. 110.85 and Spam will survive. DanikB out of the tournament. DanikB jumping too far right, and that was a massive mistake. DanikB had the speed advantage, and Spam, that had less speed, will hit that finish line just in time. Spam survives in the loser bracket together with Spam. DanikB and Kronos are out of this tournament.